Good morning, everybody. I'm sitting in rather a unique setting today. Genesis is helping an organization to establish some gyms in some rather rural communities up in the Western and Northwestern Cape. So I sit in a little town called Louweriesfontein. It's a tiny little town, but incredible needs, but some beautiful people here trying to do a great job. So we're trying to help them to establish for themselves a community gym where people can come in and work out and find the Lord hopefully at the same time. But it's a unique setting. It's on the edge of the greater Karoo, and it's dry. It's pretty much semi-desert, but today is particularly cold. But welcome to Devotions today. We've been considering Jesus to be the light of the world. In John chapter 8, he talks about himself as being just that. We spent this last week looking at the different types of darkness. The darkness that came from the immorality of, or the desire for a sin, this illicit sin, brought darkness into the world. We spoke about the incredible despair that it brought with it, and then the pain of inevitable death. Well, today, there's another person in the story that we spoke about in John chapter 8, where that woman was taken and caught. She was caught in adultery, and she was about to be stoned, and Jesus stepped in and he intervened in that incredible situation. And the darkness of her life was what we have been speaking about. The darkness that came from an illicit desire led to incredible despair, and with the inevitability of death just about to be her experience. But there are some people who experience even a darker form of darkness, I think, and those are the darkness of the stone throwers. Those who would have circled around her with boulders to take away her life and to smash the life out of this unfortunate lady. Now, theirs was also an illegitimate delight, because isn't it strange that by human nature we find delight in bringing other people down? If we can't raise ourselves up to the higher level, then sometimes, very sadly, people will move themselves and make other people look worse than they are, so it makes them, in fact, look better. And these people are the people who live in the darkness of delusion. And the delusion is simply this: they think they're okay. They're throwing stones at somebody who they've caught in sin, but they themselves think that they're okay. You know that saying that when you live in glass houses, don't throw stones? That's very, very true. And Jesus points out to these people the glass housedness of their own lives when he bends over and he begins to write in the sand. And people have speculated as to what Jesus would have written, but he may have written some of the sins that he knew that these people had committed. And then as a result of that, these men slowly turned away. Their consciences began to affect them, and they turned away, leaving her all alone. Jesus approaches this woman and says, "Hey lady, where are your accusers now?" And she says, "I don't know. They've all gone." And Jesus says, "Go and sin no more." That's a beautiful statement of forgiveness and a future, giving her and restoring for her a vision in her life. Folks, Satan's greatest tactics, and he saves, I think, his best demons for those who come to you and they whisper in your ear, "You're okay. It's the others that are the problem. You're okay. Just make yourself look good and look good on the outside. Don't worry about what it looks like inside." And those are the tragic situations that some people fall into themselves. So his greatest delusion is this. And when Jesus was drawing in the sand, I think it's a bit of a reality check for us, don't you think? A reality check that says, let's check out our own lives. Let's pay more attention to our own condition and not so much of the conditions of other people. It was for this that Jesus died. He died not just to take away our sin, but the guilt of our sin as well. And when we realize how guilty we have been, and to whatever extent that may be, we realize how we have no right at all to judge others. I find it incredibly sad that we judge people according to their darkest hour. Someone will hit a terrible time, maybe do something, sinful or silly, and we think that that's who they are. Folks, I've got to tell you, I don't think that's fair, and I don't think that's right. Because I think if we were to look at that person, 80% of that person would not be what you picture them to be, and what we portray them to others to maybe be. So let's be aware of that today. Never sit in the seat of judgment. There's only one righteous and holy enough to be able to do that, and you know who that is. He will one day judge the world. He will judge with fairness, so we don't need to help him with that. Let's leave God to do what only God is entitled to do. But you guys go and have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow from Louis Fontaine. This is me signing out. Cheers, guys. Bye.